Hey everyone, Mr. MSA here. So a couple hours ago, we just got a new update for Gran Turismo Sport version 1.63. So in this video, we're going to take a quick look at it and see what it has in store for us. I will also have the links to the update notices and all that good stuff in the description down below. And the clips that you'll be seeing today are from me doing this daily race C both before and after version 1.63 went live. And that's going to be important because a couple of the changes you'll be seeing in this specific daily race. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this started. The first one is actually a BOP change, and this one is only going to apply to the Mazda RX VGT Gr concept. The first thing is that it's going to end up losing 3% power, so it's going to go from 95 to 92% power, and that's going to be a nerf obviously, but it's going to get a pretty big weight buff by losing 4% of its weight. So it's going to go from 106% weight to 102% weight, and that's really going to help it with its acceleration, its tire wear, and its fuel savings. So even though it did lose some power, the weight buff or the weight loss that it just experienced is really going to help it out. It also got some ride height changes, and from what I've been hearing is that it's a lot easier to drive now. So if you have the time, take it out for a drive, especially in Daily Race B, since that one uses the Group 3 cars. And next up, we did get some changes to the penalty system, and with this one of the big ones is that it addresses an issue where minor collisions resulted in penalties. So those small little collisions where no one really got affected, they should be less of a thing now. I have been hearing that people have been getting less penalties from those small collisions, so that is a good sign so far. Another thing with the penalty system is that it adjusts an algorithm where it decreases the number of penalties issued when the internet connection environment is poor. And this one's a bit of an interesting one, as we do have the manufacturer series and the regions joining in together. So for those who don't know, North America, South America, they're together now for manufacturers. EMEA is still together for manufacturers, and Asia Oceania is together for manufacturers. So we're doing 3 regions now instead of 5. And this patch note was most likely made and mentioned because of that. So there's going to be connections that vary greatly, especially depending where in the world you're at when you're doing a daily race or an FIA race. So hopefully the penalty system is a bit easier on us now, especially if we have those poor connection issues. This next patch note is specific to those using the Logitech G923, especially with the pedals, as according to the patch note, it adjusted the point of full brake application. Basically, you need to brake a heck of a lot harder now, so you need to push a lot further down on the brake pedal to achieve full braking power. And this is one of the reasons why you're seeing this clip here, because I'm on the Logitech G923, so this affects me. You need to press on the brakes a heck of a lot harder, because as you see here, I accidentally let go of the brakes a little too early because I'm still used to what it was in the previous update, and I ended up overshooting that turn. And you're going to see it happen again in this turn, where I brake a little too late because of the dirty tires, and I eased off of the brakes a little too early. And once again, just because I'm used to how it was before, and now since you have to brake a heck of a lot harder for full braking power, it's going to take a bit of time to get used to. And if you were to ask me how I feel about this change, I really don't like it. But anyways, on to the final patch note change that was stated before we end the video, and this is going to be the biggest one, is that the pit loss changes have been adjusted. So right now you are seeing me do daily race C on Sunday evening, so this was when the daily race just switched before the update happened. So this was on version 1.62, and take a look, pay attention to how long it takes for the car to go from the pit entry to the pit box. So right now it took 5 seconds for the car to enter the pit stop, and the pit loss here was about 8 seconds. And in this specific race, 1 stop was the way to go. 2 stop was possible to do if you were able to keep it clean and avoid any trouble. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the pit stop now. And this clip was from the one earlier, just after the update dropped a couple hours ago from the time of recording. And the first thing you're going to notice, it's going to take a heck of a lot longer for your car to arrive to the pit box. So in the last clip, it took 5 seconds for the car to arrive to the pit box. Now we are 15 seconds and counting. It's going to take 18 seconds for the car to arrive to the pit box. So your pit loss is going to be a lot greater now. And if I remember correctly, I think the pit loss for this race in this situation was about 19 seconds. And this is going to apply to all of the tracks. So for example, in Laguna Seca, the infamous Laguna Seca, in the Group 4 class, before the update dropped, it took about 18 seconds to arrive to the pit box. Now it takes 30 seconds. So on and so forth. Pit loss is a huge deal now. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the update notes and all that good stuff. And I know at the time of the recording of this video, the FIA calendar hasn't dropped yet, which is a little frustrating because I want to see the tire and fuel multipliers and all that stuff, because that's really going to matter, especially with the pit losses being a big deal now. And for those who are still wondering which manufacturer I'm going to go with, I'm still going with Dodge because why not? But anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. CA, wishing you a good week, and I'll see you in the next video.